I finally discovered whole Europe. See on the players map mode, this is what I conquered so far. Hello guys and welcome back to our 100 million, yes, 100 million force limit run. Where as you can see, we started as Mazepahit, then we managed to become a shogun, which allows us to create a lot of subjects. And every subject I create is becoming a daimyo, which means it does not take our Diplo slots. So you see, the first 100-ish years we conquered all of these lands, built up our very base of economy, manpower, as well as force limit. Don't look at this force limit as a goal. We are building a very long-term campaign. I'm right now focusing on bonuses that are helping to expand, when later we will focus on the bonuses that gave us more of the force limit bonuses. Just one more thing before we start. Thank you so much for everyone that is already supporting the channel, but I know that half of you watching now are not subscribed yet. So if you want to get notified about all of the great content coming in this series, this is a perfect comment to support the channel. The main issue that I'm facing right now is our subjects tend to increase autonomy in all of their provinces, so most of them have 100 autonomy outside of capital. That's why they are not giving us that much of force limit. Because of it, I started focusing more that as I have my base of the nation built up with the economy, getting a lot of trade income, the newly released nations, I'm not stealing the trade from them, because that is the main issue of the other nations. They don't have trade income, they go bankrupt, they don't have money. So for the newer nations, I'm not doing that anymore. So hopefully everything I'll be creating right here will not be having that issue. In today's video, I want to head the country towards absolutism, meaning that I will prepare the privileges and the setup to be ready to have 100 absolutes ASAP, but also I wanted to conquer most of Asia in that time period. I will start with declaring war on Jin, as it's alone and nobody's gonna help them, while I'm preparing troops to also declare on Delhi, because it keeps fighting while not having any manpower. It will be held by like Gujarat and Mamluks, but we should be able to handle with our tech advantage. I'm also starting to save money because there's an important monument here in Delhi, which is Varanasi, and this is called Kashi Vishwanath Temple, which at the max level is giving us co-creation cost, but also AE impact, which will be important. The last aristocratic idea is giving me autonomy change, yearly absolutism, speaking about absolutism, a leader siege, PIP, which is gonna be super important, but also finishing my national ideas is advisor cost and diplomatic annexation cost. I don't plan to annex anyone anyway. As for policies, I've got additional diplomat, yearly army tradition, and a modifier for unrest. Do we convert anything? Well, we're converting some provinces for our subjects. But wait, it's religious unity. My religious unity is almost perfect, so how about we cancel this and still get the missionary term, but instead I'm gonna take national unrest. It's not an easy war. Look, just Gujarat came with 40k of the troops and they all together have, well, over 150k. But at least I'm destroying them with army they have 1.5 more morale. Super annoying, that's why it's good to have such a vassal sworn. They, you know, siege them out of provinces, but they also losing a lot of wars come from losing the battles. Although now that my subjects are organized, look how many troops I have on the front line. And the Mamluks arrived. You really don't have bigger issues, sir. You know, since 1% loans are not that much, it's 1.4 thousand ducats, and it reduces my trade efficiency. I'm just gonna repay them and keep saving even more money. Since I'm so ahead in these two technologies, I'm gonna start investing into another institution, because obviously printing press is not gonna come to us naturally. I was thinking about just developing it in Ise. It's a good province. It's next to Kyoto, which obviously has 51 developments. It's gonna spread there immediately. It just has terrible autonomy, which I'll have to decrease later, but it has prosperity, and I think it's pretty good. I'm gonna just spend all of my admin diplo points on the institution here. 15 development, expand infrastructure from 32 down to 25. You can keep deving. Obviously I will spend some admin on core provinces in this war, so let me just stop with spending admin mana here and start spending some mule points instead. And see, we are almost there with the institution. There it is, now present. Could I embrace the institution already? No, because of autonomy here. After the war, we're gonna decrease it. But now it's gonna spread 5 a month to Kyoto. Guys, I found one of the reasons why my subjects have so much issues with autonomy. This goddamn button is not only great because it gives us diplo points and diplomatic reputation, but it's also giving monthly autonomy change 0.25 to all the daimyos. I just have to stop using that in 10 years from now. There is just 1000 for institution. It's like nothing, and I'm still super ahead of time in the technologies. As we keep getting cores on the list promises from events, I'm just not interested in this right now. There it goes. Final Majepa heat surrendered. We had to pass 5 years since the start of the war with all princes occupied. I want to take border of Timurids, border of Malwa, border of Bahmanis, border of the minors, and break the relationships with Gujarat as well as Mamluks. So the next war is gonna be a bit easier. Obviously, we also want Varanasi to build up the monument. And since I have so much money, as you see, I'm gonna invest most of it on more of the manufactories, even though they are not giving as much. I actually think that I can start investing in manufacturers on our subjects as well. They make more money, they don't go bankrupt, and in the end they give me trade value anyway. This is also the end of the Jin Empire, which is lots of mana points, and I'm just gonna release more subjects here. If you're wondering, oh, do you actually cause a coalition? The answer is simple. No. Isn't it cursed that Oirat Ming is a subject of Oirat? That's even more cursed. I thought they are allies. I'm already improving the Varanasi monument to the first level and saving money for the next levels. Also, once you piece out Oirat, we see Bahmanis does not exist anymore, same for most of Malwa. I had 350 of extension and that was a lot of rebels. My issue right now is manpower. And this is even though I'm using a lot of mercs. I have more mercs than non-mercs in my army. So my next idea group for sure, which is gonna be in January, is gonna be I'm gonna go ahead. I was thinking about a core infrastructure to start building up, but I think it's a bit too early for that. I'm gonna go ahead and take mercenary ideas. Remind, mercenary ideas make even cheaper. I can route mercs from anywhere. The maintenance is cheaper. Miltech cost. I also get army tradition from the battles. Hiring mercs does not take professionalism. I get infantry compatibility, more merc manpower, which also keeps ending, and finally mercenary discipline. So let me go ahead and not take it. For now I need the technology. But as you see, my mana generation is insane. My second colonization just got created here in North America. And obviously it's gonna take the name of Argentina. And I think that's gonna be a self-governed colony because it's receiving an additional colonies, and then in later game I'm gonna switch it to crown colonies, just not needed yet. Argentina, and let's immediately send it some subsidies so it can actually afford these colonies. It's gonna be 700 ducats a month. And since I have colonial range here, Portugal is in this place, I'm gonna start already sending my colonies also around this place. I'll just need yet another merc stack to handle it. Let's recruit that merc stack. Inuit? Is it here? Oh yeah, that's even better. Oh yeah, guys, Portugal just activated the spice trade because they have a colony here in Sumba. Let's see how it's gonna impact our trading gun. It's 167 trading gun, and after a month tick. Okay, never mind. You see, I'm using the natives to grow my colonies faster. Obviously, it's gonna be not the perfect culture, religion, etc. These guys have a lot of allies. But we need to create these colonies as fast as possible so they actually start colonizing. And you know how it works, you can either annex migratory states so they just disappear, or you can do what I'm doing. You take the province from them and they just migrate next by. So in like this 8 or 10 years, depending on the truce, you can attack them again and take yet another province. As said, I'm not clicking this ever again unless I really need people reputation. Let's see how the autonomy is changing now in some of the provinces. It's just staying the same. Yeah, in most of them it just stays the same. So yeah, here it's of course a bit better. It might be worth in some of the cases to just slow down, but it's fine. Over time they're gonna fix this autonomy because For example, they will get prosperity. Let's also go for Varanasi and improve it to level 2. Yes, I got an event for 25% cheaper cost, so we gotta use it. And it's just gonna cost me 2000 for the improvement. I'm actually having a lot of diplo points that I'm not using. So this is finally a moment to go ahead and start doing our mainlands to increase the production here. Just getting the encourage development edicts. I'll just use the map mode for deving. Because the Demag up to 15. I don't think I will be using expand infrastructure later on, but it's better to be prepared. And you know, this dev clicks should be definitely a big help to 1. Increase our crown land, and 2. Also slowly our economy. My third colony is created, and this is obviously 2137 colonies. That's the correct name for it. Just not sure what to do, because since it's here, that's almost nothing to colonize. So it's not worth to go for self-governing colony. I'll actually go for self-governing colony because it's getting the development cost. I might use it to dev it a bit later. And obviously in the late game, you're gonna switch to crown colony. Mr. Korea. This peace deal had to hurt it as much as possible because they were just too strong. It was an issue to defeat them. And since I cannot release here anything, I'm just gonna feed this nation. Maybe actually Mori and Amago could take some provinces, or maybe even So, because I don't want this nation to be, you know, eaten by Hosokawa. And then maybe a few provinces to Nanai. Thanks to this, we are at 3000 of the Great Powers score. And as you see, I'm spending my money to keep improving this monument to get the cooperation cost AE impact. And I'm also building one in Kutak, which the first level is giving me religious unity, just enough to be above 100%. Mr. Timur, this is the time you're expanding way too much. The world score cost is 600%, even though I have... What? Okay. Why is it saying it's just minus 20%? Flexible negotiation. Why I should also have religious wars versus other religions? Because the province was Hindu. Yeah. Okay, Timur, let's declare the war. You are very weakened right now. 60k troops, no manpower, just tech 12. A reminder, all this... Whenever I declare war, this happens, this super lag because of the amount of the subjects we're having. I'm gonna take Tech 15 soon, but Tech 14 is still much better. And interestingly, Vijay wants to join us in this war. Let's just call them in. I know I'm slow, and that's probably one of the misplays I did in this campaign. I should have focused on having less autonomy early on to be closer to the later tiers. But it's fine. I think I'm gonna take generally states, because it's reform progress that I need. Loyalty and influence of the estates, but most importantly, calling the diet does not increase influence. That's gonna help me prepare for absolutism. And then once absolutism starts and I'm ready, I can switch it to a decree, which is giving me max absolutism. You see, they brought 100k troops around here, but I brought more with my subjects. That's why after this first battle, hopefully I'm gonna get there after the monthly. Yeah. Shift consolidate. I'm gonna follow it up with another battle. Come on, guys! They didn't want to reinforce because they thought I'm losing. But once they saw I'm reinforcing with another style, they started reinforcing as well. Just goddamn AIs. This should also allow me to piece out Gujarat out of the war. I want to break the alliances with Delhi. Oh, that. And Timurids. Now you can deal with the Timurids themselves by wiping them and getting 6 force go for it. I'm sorry guys, the piece with the Timurids has to be nasty. We have to cut their territories in as many pieces as possible so they start rebel and they lose the provinces. I honestly should take Gilgit as well to make it even harder for them. For now, most of these provinces are going into my hands because I need them to have access to nations like mainly to Nogai. So I'm just gonna release, yeah, of course, also take down Delhi, as many provinces as possible, and we are gonna reach something in the south here. I think it's gonna be Fars. But you know what, I released Patiala by an accident. Yeah, this province will stay in our hands anyway. It might be slower to core, but it's fine. I just need CBs. On the rest of the provinces I can just release subjects. This is what I'm talking about, leaving these two provinces. And these two provinces, the rest is going to subjects. Just also have to fit all of these provinces into different subjects, because I cannot release anything here. Now, see, this is the reason I need this mercenaries manpower. My merc stacks are out of manpower. I have to delete this one. And I have to delete this one as well. We have to recruit someone new. I think this is a feature that not everyone is aware of, but since the last patch you can see if I hold shift and keep clicking the provinces, I can change the occupation for all of them at once. And obviously in this case I want to change it to ourselves, since we have province wars cost modifiers. It had to happen at some point. My ruler died. I could just you know, try and bird it. The ruler was like 48 years old. But I think it's fine, even if this guy has negative improved relations. Another day, another 400% of extension, which is gonna be almost fully moved to my subjects. Yet another colony is created. This is obviously Canada. I think I by an accident did not change the colony type, so they are a crown colony. I guess it's fine, they're gonna give me some of their manpower, 3,000 already. It's time to fight the Europeans at last. But the Ottomans are just here. I'm gonna declare on Muscovy, which is allied to Lithuanians. It's gonna be 100k of troops we will fight. We have a bit more. Oh, guys, we've got 2 more morale than the Muscovy. Oh, that's gonna be really bad war for them. The last merc idea is mercenaries manpower, allow mercenaries to drill, mercenary discipline, and 2 policies, including one that is better than this. Actually, diplomats are not bad, but I'm getting a morale of armies here, and diplomatic relations that I'm not gonna even use. This is certainly not the air that I'm looking for. Guys, don't even start with me. What the hell is this? At least I'm getting a lot of prestige from converting provinces. This goddamn Lithuanians costed me out of manpower. Just piece them out, kill 50k of them, and focus on finishing off Moscow and getting border with Sweden, which is allied to England. I want to do better than that. Since I'm really just 30 years old, I hope I still have time to find someone better. And this is a little better, but it's still not there. As soon as I get positive prestige, I'm gonna try again. What a glorious Majapahitural. It won't stand for long because I have to release some nations here, but surely I don't want to release Belzero. I finally discovered whole Europe. See on the players map mode, this is what I conquered so far. Burgundy is pretty big. Austria is also decent. And there are some hard boxes it will be hard to break, like Ottomans, France. I just realized that we should be fighting for the global trade that is spawning in a couple of months. Let's see the competition. 85 value in the English channel, 46 and 50 on Genoa and Venice, and 89 in Sevilla. So we have to beat 89 from Sevilla to get the global trade. Let's take a look at Malacca. Malacca is 47, but I can start transferring from Moluccas. I can move my main node from Nippon, so this 20 value is also gonna come south. Yeah, I think that's what we have to try achieving. Yes, also Jirin can go to Nippon, and instead of collecting in Bengal, I could send the merchants here, but I have to finish all of my wars at least 2 months before the end of the year. For the Timurs, for example, I'm mostly focusing on fixing the borders. It's not like I have to cut them more, just the visual aspect is more important for me in this peace deal. So let's move our main node. Do I even own any province in Malacca? I own this province here, that's I think the only one. Let's move the main node, but at the same time just go ahead and improve whatever trade centers we can afford to be upgraded to keep as much value as possible here, because I see a lot of it is being stolen. With some slight changes, you can see we are earning right now 350 ducats and Malacca has 110 value, which is, if we go global trade, well, because it's the highest value trade node in the world. Why is it not 92 in Sevilla? There's no chance anybody else has higher. It's in the Moluccas, because my capital is in the Moluccas. God damn it. So I need to move my capital to Pontianak, and I cannot... What? My capital is in Nippon. I need a trade center. Yeah, I need a trade center in Malacca. I don't have one. And I cannot seize land from my subjects, can I? Does it mean someone else is gonna get the institution here? I mean, as long as it's someone in Malacca, I'm happy. I actually think the global trade is not spawning because of me. So something I could do is to figure out attacking one of these nations and taking their trade center, like Kalentan, for example, but it's already occupied by Ayufaya. I could attack Palembang, because they've eaten so many big nations. Let me do that. I'm gonna recruit American company here and attack them. The -3 stab obviously does not hurt as much, and this will allow me not only to take the maybe Shak trade center, but also to release Jambi, Ultra Quick War. I actually should have kept them as my subject. That was an oopsie, I didn't do so. But yeah, I'm gonna attack them again in 7 years. Just now, let's take a look. Do I qualify? Think that I need a level 2 trade center here. So just add it temporarily a trade company and improve it. Yeah, see, now I'm getting all of the requirements. So technically in the next month the global trade should spawn in this province. But it's not spawning, so yeah, let's just wait for it now. We managed to get it in Shak, the global trade, so it's now spreading. This is really good news. Obviously the volcano erupted in the Andes, so we have the issue of income, which is still good. And since Absolutism is coming, it's time to start investing into Imperial City of Kyoto, which is 10 max Absolutism. Also a reminder that Bangkok, which is yearly Absolutism besides fastest force limit, so also need to invest into that. I just found out that we have 4,200 of the great power score, which I think is the perfect moment to finish this episode, because in the next episode we'll be focusing on getting to 100 Absolutism and tripling the amount of the conquest that we are doing. Same as with the manpower, force limit and everything else. So for today guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want me to continue this series, remember to leave a like on this video and of course subscribe to this channel to get notified about the future content. Bye!